Hi guys, my name's Stanners. I sell on eBay and Amazon. I've been doing that for, well, over about 15 years on eBay, and probably in the last 6 months I've been really pushing for my Amazon FBA business to grow. So I thought I'd share sort of 5 quick tips for retail arbitrage in the UK, things that have really helped me out in the past. It's things that I do on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, here we go. So number one is do your research. So a lot of people say that, but they don't really give any backup sort of instructions from it. But research can be anything from, I'd say the most important really is to build a calendar of what's out there and when. So when are the big sales? So for example, let's talk about Tesco, because there's been a big Tesco sale on recently. If you notice that there's a big Tesco sale on, you can even ask Google, when was the last big Tesco sale? Whack it into your Google Calendar, something like that, and then next time around, next year, you know that about this time of the year, there's a big Tesco clearance sale on. Make a note of what they're selling at that time of year. So whether it's stationery, whether it's garden supplies, whether it's toys, if you can make notes of that and build a Google Calendar or something similar, you'll have a good idea next year what's going to be selling when, and you can sort of strike while the iron's hot if you like. Other research you can do to save yourself a load of time, which is something that I'm still not the best at, but I need to be doing more of, is stock checking. So you can use sort of the in-app or the different shops apps to check for stock. You can even call up each store and say, have you got this in stock and is it in clearance if you really want. So for example, Tesco, they've got a stock checker app, or I think it's just called like the Tesco app. I don't know, I'll try and leave a description in the comments for that. But you can choose your store, you can type in whatever it is, let's say tech deck, and it'll show you every tech deck that they've got listed in that shop, and it'll tell you the price, whether it's on clearance or not. So the last thing you want to be doing really is driving all around the country trying to look for a certain product only to find that it was never in stock in those shops anyway, because you've just wasted a load of time and a load of fuel, and your brain's just going to rot if you carry on driving around and not coming back with any wins. So yeah, do your research, know what you're going to be aiming for in advance. So let's say it's the end of summer. We know that they're going to be starting to clear out different summer products. So places like B&Q will be clearing out all of the gardening products. You name it, just use sort of common sense as to what shops would be reducing at this time of year. So number two, I think I mentioned this already, but strike while the iron's hot. If you've noticed that there's a clearance sale on, or you know that there's one coming up, try and plan out a bit of time where you can make most of that sale. So whether it's going to be driving around your area and clearing out every shop that's selling or having a clearance of that particular type. So as an example, let's use B&Q. If they've got a garden sale on towards the end of summer, so it's September now, I think their garden sale's pretty much cleared, I'm not too sure. Make the most of all of the shops in your area. Use the stock checkers and things like that if you can, or call up the shops and sort of plan out a route round your area or how far you're willing to drive, and grab all of the stock while you can before it gets sold out. If you're just going to go to one or two shops, that's absolutely fine. But if you really want to make the most of it, then you know that sale's on, you know that they're clearing stuff at certain prices. Why not just go and grab it all? Just work a little bit harder, go to the next few shops in your nearest area, pick it all up, or do a whole trip around the UK if you really fancy it. Little tip though, if you are driving, make sure you've got business insurance, because it's technically business if you're buying stuff to sell on. So yeah, don't get caught out with that one. Number three, so with national sales especially, you're going to be finding that loads of other people are buying these products. So as an example, I've just picked up loads of these. I don't think it's any secret now, the secret's out of the bag, that Tesco have been clearing loads of the stationery stuff. I might just delay this video by a few days just to be sure, because I know there's still some stuff out there. But if you're buying all of these things and it's a national sale, there's going to be hundreds of other sellers or buyers that are going around the country buying all of the stock. Who knows, Amazon might jump on the listing as well. But what that means, if everyone's buying all of this stock, is the price generally tends to tank a little bit. So I think with these, these were on sale from, I don't know, let's say they were on sale from about £5. They were down to just under £2. I think there was about £3 profit in it when I scanned it. So I guarantee you by this time next week, by the time I eventually send it in, that the profit will be pretty much minimum, but that's fine. So I might not even send it in just now. I might just wait for a few months, maybe even until next year, so that by the time all the other sellers have cleared out and everyone's sold for near a loss, you're still standing there with all your stock, of which I've got tons of these. I won't show you them, but I'll tell you what, here's 5, but I think I've got about 20 or 30 over there. Wait till everyone else sells out, then you've still got all your stock and you can just sell at the price that you wanted to sell at originally. Obviously, if some things don't recover, then fair enough, but for the most part, hold is gold. So I've stolen that phrase from FBO Mogul, I think, but hold is gold. It certainly works. If you're willing to hold on for a little bit more extra time, wait till everyone panic sells all of their stock, and then whack all your stuff on, whether it's Amazon's warehouse already, or if you're keeping it in your own place and then shipping it off a few months later, the benefits will pay off. So it's definitely worked for me, so I suggest you do the same. So where are we at to? Number 4. Can't even read my own writing here, but sell where the sales are. So that's probably not the best description of what I mean, but if you just set on selling on Amazon FBA, fair enough, that's fine. I've got no problems with that. It's a much easier way of doing things generally, but if you've got a warehouse, if you've got a bit of a garage, then you can store stock in your, well, at your own place, can't you? You don't necessarily have to be selling it on FBA. So some of the things that I've noticed recently, especially in the most recent sales, are things that I've been scanning using SellerAmp SaaS to see if they're profitable and if they sell on Amazon. And then I've noticed for certain products that I'm picking up, they're massively reduced. Let's say they're like 80% off. There's definitely money to be made there. And then I scan it on SellerAmp SaaS to see if they're profitable on Amazon. And sometimes there isn't an Amazon listing, or it's not quite profitable, or whatever. So my tip here really is to see where else you can sell it. It depends what extra work you want to put in here, but you know, as basic as selling it on a car boot sale, or selling it on Facebook Marketplace, or do what I do and sell a lot of stuff on eBay. So for example, these guys, I mentioned Tech Deck before, these were cleared from £6.50 to 98p. So I think there is a listing for these on Amazon. I need to do a bit more research on it, to be honest. But are these an example? Might not be the case for this exact product, but as an example, I didn't quite fancy the listing on Amazon. I think it was that it was basically a variation listing, but it wasn't set up properly. So people are going to be buying this Tech Deck product. And there's loads of different types of these ones, different brands. And it was basically a listing where someone would just get sent a random one. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to dodge that because there's just going to be loads of returns. People are going to want to get this element one, and they'll arrive with, or something else will arrive that's similar Tech Deck product, but is a different sort of brand partnership on there. I thought I'll get loads of returns. I won't bother selling that on Amazon. I'll whack it on eBay. So I've got loads of these. Well, there's a pile here. There's more over there. There we go. So again, when I say strike while the iron's hot, if there's 2 of these on the shelf, get them all. If there's loads of them, get them all. There's no point in, and I've done it myself, just buying 1 or 2, testing the waters, and then going back an hour later and they're all sold out. So yeah, sell where the sales are. If you're gated on Amazon, try and get ungated. If you're not gated and there's no listing, sell on eBay, sell on car boots, sell Facebook Marketplace, wherever. If the item is in demand, if it's a popular product of any sort, people will want it. So yeah, I've actually got some hazmat products or dangerous good products at the moment that I can't sell on Amazon because there's basically not enough space for them. It's a large dangerous goods item. Every time I keep trying to send it in, it's saying that there's no fulfillment centres that are ready to take it. So for these ones, I've just been selling them on eBay, selling them on Facebook Marketplace, and still profit is pretty much just as good. So, and I'm getting my money back. So who can complain at that? Last tip then is work with other people. So excuse me for having to refer to my notes, but I'm not a genius trying to remember all this. When I say work with other people, it's really hard when you're selling on Amazon, eBay, anywhere to find other people in your area that are doing the same thing. Not only that, but you sort of see it as competition, and to an extent it is competition. So I can tell you now, the Tesco near me, my local one, I was waiting for all the Lego to get cleared before they moved over to the Entertainer. I was getting up early in the morning, I was checking that shop twice a day, checking the stock checkers, all that. And then I went to do the school run, went to pick up my daughter, and just mentioned it to another guy, another parent at the school who doesn't even sell on Amazon or eBay as far as I'm aware. And it turns out he cleared the lot. So there is local competition, but you can work with other people as well. So what I mean by that is join Discord groups. So I'm in a few of them. I'm in Profit Sweep, which has recently started putting out retail arbitrage leads, if you like. It's got stock checkers and things in there as well, so it's got loads of information. And what I mean by working with other people is if you're trying to do it on your own, which I've done this for way too long on my own, it just becomes very difficult. If you've got any questions, so I don't know, how do I send this in? What are the best shops to get these types of things in? When do these shops generally clear these items? Anything like that, then you can ask other people, even just for the sake of saying, what was the price of this product in your local shop? Things like that, because things aren't the same nationally for a lot of retail arbitrage deals, if you like. Sometimes well, I've definitely noticed this, things will be on sale down south, and I'm in the northwest, and the sales sort of trickle up in certain shops if they're not a national one. If I've heard through the grapevine that things are being reduced, let's say, I don't know, some shavers are being reduced, a certain type of them in Asda down in like around London area, then sometimes I'll keep an eye out in my local Asda's, and a month or two later, perhaps, when the local store managers get around to it, they'll all be reduced. So I've almost got a bit of a heads up, but there's a multitude of ways why working with other people, or at least talking to other people, is helpful. And at the end of the day, that's the main reason why I'm doing this YouTube channel, because just talking to other people, sharing what I'm going through, and well, would really help me. I've learned a lot from other people's YouTube channels. I've learned a hell of a lot from talking to other people on Discord that are doing similar things. So get into some communities. You don't have to join a paid group. I've got a free Facebook group, which I'll try and link in the description. I've got a free Discord group, but if you want to join a paid group where you might be getting leads and price drop monitors, then Profit Sweep's a really good one. I think it's about £80 a month at the moment, but you can easily make your money back in, I don't know, it depends when the price drops come out, but within seconds to a few days, quite easily. There's so much information on there. There's so many price drops that you can really profit from. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. There's 5 tips for retail arbitrage in the UK. Whether you're a beginner, advanced, or you're just looking for some new ideas, hopefully that helps. So yeah, please do comment if you've got any questions, and subscribe to the channel because it'll make me feel good. And I'll leave you to it, but I'll see you in the next one.